Anil sir. Anil sir.
Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can just start your introduction within a minute, sir. So that sir will start with the session after your introduction.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, sir. You can go ahead. Yes, sir. You can go ahead.
Most renowned resource person, Prof.M.L Sai Kumar, our beloved HOD, Dr. Gayathri Pavani, and my dear students, I welcome you all for this guest lecture. And now I take a pleasure in introducing a true academician, resourceful, young in deeds, young and dynamic in deeds, prolific writer, noted orator, Professor M.L. Sai Kumar. Professor doesn't need any introduction, a well-known person to all of us. So you know him during induction program. Sir is a well-known person to our Sphoorthy engineering, and he has a strong acquaintance with all the colleges in and around Hyderabad. The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads all directions. This famous saying aptly suits our professor. Professor took a premature retirement and dedicated his life to ignite the young minds with, with his expertise. It is exemplary and well appreciated that Professor doesn't charge not even a single pie for his guest lectures. And I wish, my dear students, such a benevolent hearts like Sir should emerge from our class. Today, Sir is going to address on the topic SWOT analysis. So it is also known as a SWOT analysis. And it is one of the soft skills topic, and which corporate people learn by paying a lakhs of rupees. And Sir is the right person to deliver a guest lecture on this, because you know him already. Sir has a 4 decade of teaching experience, and he conducted several workshops for a corporate sector on topics related to IT management, soft skills, etc. And in the last 35 years, Sir has conducted about 300 plus training programs to the corporate sector. With this, a few guidelines and introduction. I request Professor M.L. Sai Kumar to take this session. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Honorable Head of Department, Mr. Anil, the English faculty.
Yes, sir. Yes,
My
sir.
dear students.
Happy to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. My dear students, it gives me immense pleasure to share my knowledge and experience. I am a strong believer in the youth of this country. Each one of you are capable of reaching greater heights in your life. Believe me, trust me. There is nothing called impossible. You can make it possible. Its sheer determination is required. Can you identify yourself what kind of strengths you possess? What kind of weaknesses? All of us got certain strengths and certain weaknesses. Very, very common. Nobody is exception to it. The SWOT analysis is a technique developed by Stanford University way back in the 1970s. That means almost 50-year-old concept. This is not new. Of course, initially we started with the aim of industries, then the corporate, then employees, and then gone to the students. That's what is evolved over a period of time. Way back in 70s, they evolved this concept of SWOT analysis by the Stanford University, one of the leading universities in the US. And frequently this concept is used in strategic planning for the corporate sector. Each of the organization has got some strengths, some weaknesses, some kind of opportunities they have which is unique to them, and at the same time some kind of threats also they have it. So they use these concepts in strategic planning so they can plan for the organization to grow faster, to grow wide, and all that should happen. SWOT is an acronym. It stands SWOT. S is for strengths, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats. And it is a structured planning method that evaluates those four elements of an individual. It's a structured planning is done, structured evaluation done, and so that we're able to identify for each and every person what is the kind of strengths and weakness, opportunity, threats we have. That's the reason Madam was telling you, you need to have a notebook and pen ready with you. We'll work on it slowly. I know online class there are limitations, but still we try to work on it. Can happen it. And strength is life. You have strength, then you have a life. Strength, not necessarily only physical strength, mental strength, psychological strength, and so many things we talk about it. So you have the strength, you have the life. If you are weak in everything, then it's equivalent to death. So overcome the weaknesses, if any, and strengthen your strengths. You need to talk about it. Strength is a facility, life eternal and immortal. Weakness is constant strain and misery will happen it. If you're caught up with the weaknesses, you will have misery of life. At the earliest possibility to come out of those weaknesses and improve upon it, and so you are back with the strength to face the life challenges. Life always throws challenges at us. Are we ready to tackle the situations? Unless you are strong mentally, physically, emotionally, technologically, you will not will do that. That's the reason we are talking about strengths. Strength is life and weakness is death. All the strength you want is within yourself. You have all the strengths. It's only you need to identify what is the kind of strength. Like Hanuman doesn't know what the kind of strength, unless somebody tells he doesn't know what it is. The same way each one of you have strengths. It is only when we sit together face to face between the faculty and students and we start interacting and working on it, we can identify what the strengths students possess, what the weaknesses students possess, and based on which can be worked out, you can overcome the challenges in life, be it personal life or professional life, you can overcome it. It's possible. And whenever you think that you will be, if you think yourself weak, and weak you will be, take it from me. If you think you're weak, then you'll be weak. Never have the negative feelings. Just believe in yourself. Yes, I can do it, and I will do it. I shall do it. Don't say I can't do it. That means you're killing yourself the opportunities. You are cutting your own legs. You need to focus on. If you think yourself weak, you are weak in life. If you think yourself strong, you are strong. You'll automatically become strong. Keep that confidence in you. Never lose your self-confidence. You need to focus on it. It's very, very important you need to focus on it. This SWOT analysis will help you to understand the individual position. What each and every student possesses, each and every employee, each and every organization, each and every person, even family members, you can look at it like in your own home. Your father may have some strengths, your mother may have some strengths. Your brother may have something, your sister may have. All these are very, very common. Not necessarily only students, it's employees, it's everywhere. Even politics, you can talk about strengths and weaknesses. I did a program to the politicians once on SWOT analysis. Before they went to the elections, they knew people who joined the politics, they wanted me to conduct a program. We have done it. Tried to help them to identify what the strengths they have it. So that SWOT analysis will help you to understand the individual's positions, what is the kind of opportunities here, what is the kind of threats. A SWOT analysis is simple but powerful framework for leveraging your individual strengths. I repeat again, SWOT analysis is a very simple technique. It's nothing great, but very powerful framework for leveraging your individual strengths, what you have it, and minimizing the weaknesses or reducing the impact of weaknesses. Like one of the common weaknesses we have is lack of communication skills, lack of English language communications, lack of self-confidence, lack of programming abilities. These are all very, very common. Lack of basics in the subjects what you are studying it. These are all very, very common. Can we quickly overcome those weaknesses? So SWOT analysis is a simple but powerful framework for leveraging individual strengths and minimizing the weaknesses and minimizing the threats. There are threats in life from various corners. How do we minimize that impact? The moment I'm weak, there's 100 fellows will try to attack me. So hence, you need to constantly keep an eye what your classmates are doing, what your friend is doing, what is your enemy is doing, what your rival is doing, what your relative is doing. You need to keep an eye on them. Minimize those threats what are coming up because you need to be one step ahead of others. So you don't need to worry about competition. Otherwise, you will always be under threat. We don't know from which corner which competitor will attack it. All your classmates are competitors you in terms of scoring marks, in terms of active participation in the classroom, in terms of getting a campus recruitment today. Please understand this. Your entire batch is a competitor to you. When a company comes, company gives equal chance to all of them, provided they meet the minimum criteria. And now look at all of them are competitors. There may be only 5 posts, 10 posts, 20 posts. They are not going to recruit everybody, right? Now you're all competing for the same thing. So hence it's very, very important. You need to look at what the kind of threats you get from your own classmates, your own friends, your own people. You need to think about it. And taking the greatest possible advantage of opportunities. Whatever the opportunity come to us, we must take the greatest advantage. For example, today we're all going through online classes and we may have maybe 1 or 2 periods in the morning, 1 or 2 periods in the evening. We are getting free time. Why not utilize the time? Today, most of you have got access to smartphones. Or some of you have even the computers, laptop or desktop, whatever it is. There are beautiful videos, you name any subject, we have it. Any subject, any branch of engineering we have built. Why don't you watch them? There's a plus point for it. Yeah, because the government decision, the schools and colleges are closed and maybe 1 or 2 sessions are happening in the online mode. And the remaining time, why not we look at some of these interesting videos, inspiring videos related to any branch. What are the branch you are, you have the videos. And excellent videos of inspiring biographies of great people. I don't know how many of an occasion to look at the biography of Dr. Ella Pragada Subbarao. Is well known in the area of biochemistry, well known in the area of pharmacy, well known in the area of medical sciences. A person who born in a very poor family, just by struggles, he came up and he finally settled in US. Unfortunately, he could come back to India. He died there itself. Gem of a person is worth deserving Nobel Prize. Those days, probably lack of his knowledge, he couldn't apply to it, so he couldn't get it. Otherwise, his own contemporaries keep talking about it. He's worth more than the Nobel Prize. So go and read such biographies. They're available on YouTube. Go and read the biography of Dr. Abdul Kalam. There's so many inspiring biographies we have it. Think about it. One just simple thing is it. Go and read the biography of Alan Turing. He is considered to be father of AI. Go and read the biography of Charles Babbage, who is considered father of computer science. The way they struggled, the way they came up in their life, in spite of all the difficulties, still they came with this wonderful invention. Today we're all talking about it. So a SWOT analysis is a simple but powerful framework for leveraging individual strengths, minimizing the weakness, minimizing the threats, and taking the greatest possible advantage of opportunities what are coming to you. You are lucky you get so many opportunities. We didn't have all this when we were students almost 50 years back. We had no all these facilities. We used to go to we had only 2 libraries those days in Hyderabad. One is Usman City Central Library and second is State Central Library at Afzalganj. We had to physically go there, sit there, look for the textbook or reference book or whatever it is and prepare our own notes. And sometimes when we go there, that book is got it issued by someone else. So we had to wait for 15 days. Only after 15 days, he may return it. So these are the challenges we have. But today you don't need to worry about it. Your smartphone is an excellent library. You can access the entire world by sitting here in your own hometown, in your own home place, or in your own college, in your school. All that is possible. So that's the kind of opportunities you have it. You need to encash it. Don't waste time. This is not the time to waste. This is not time to relax it. You must be ever hungry for knowledge. Gain more and more knowledge. And those who are computer science and allied sciences, please start practicing programming. Take a language of your choice. I don't say you have to do C or C++, Java, R programming, Python. No, I'm not really particular about it. Since you're all beginners, take programming language of your choice and start writing programs for, to begin with, maybe simple problems, slowly increase the complexity of the problems. You are getting relatively free time because the colleges are closed, and that time you can productively use it. That's the opportunity you have it. SWOT analysis is a transforming exercise. If you can really sincerely do this SWOT analysis, I'm going to help you, and it can transform your life, transform your personal expertise, transform, everything can happen from a student to technocrat, you can transform it. It will encourage ideas in decision making. It will encourage the ideas, new ideas you have, let's encourage it, and decision making on how to build on strengths. You have certain strengths, how to build it further and further. Strengthen the strengths further and further. You can't be, because we're all in a competitive world, unless I strengthen my strengths, somebody else will overtake me. This is what is. So it encourages ideas in decision making on how to build on strengths and exploit the opportunities that are available to you. Each and every one has got some opportunities are there. How best I can attend that, how best I can use them, how best I can implement in my life. That's when you look at it. Exploit fully for your opportunities whatever available for your benefits. You can talk about it. And minimize the weaknesses and protect against threats. You need to protect yourself against threats. I don't know how many of you have been watching since yesterday. The Hyderabad-based bank, Mahesh Cooperative Bank, cyber criminals attacked. 12 crores of money they transferred from the Mahesh Cooperative Bank to initially 3 accounts. From there, they transferred to 120 accounts because they took advantage of last Saturday was a holiday to bank and Sunday is a holiday. They took advantage of that, and then somewhere in the Sunday late evening, the bank noticed that so many funds is missing here. Immediately, the large police complaint employees now working on it. Look at it, because threats are so many things are there. So you need to constantly protect against threats. Your classmates are competitors to you. We don't know how much preparation they are doing it seriously. And tomorrow suddenly when college opens and that he or she is already 10 steps ahead of you can happen it. So you need to keep an eye and be ready to that so nobody can challenge you. We need to talk about it. And be honest about your strengths. Don't try to cheat others. By doing that, you are cheating yourself. Don't try to fool others. You're fooling yourself. It should happen. Be honest about your strengths. What are the strengths you have it? Maybe somebody has got communication skills. Somebody is good in sports. Somebody is good dance. Somebody is good in games. Somebody is good in writing, programming. Somebody has got a creative art. No, fine. Every one of us has got our own thing. Be honest about your strengths, whatever you have it. Be clear-headed about opportunities. What's the kind of opportunity? You need to keep your eyes and ears wide open to know what the developments are happening and what way I can utilize those opportunities. You need to think about it. Like we always say, technology is an excellent tool. Technology should, but there are people misusing the technology. The way yesterday's case of 12 crores siphon off from the Mahesh Cooperative Bank. AI technology is coming up in a big way. It's going to come up in with artificial intelligence. A small chip, tiny chip will be implanted into your brain. That chip thickness is 1/3 of your hair thicknesses. Please understand. One hair string, you look at it, 1/3 of its thickness is your thing can happen it. That's the kind of technology is advancing it. You need to be cautious, and somebody should not misuse these kind of things, So it's always important. Technology is an excellent tool. It's all depends on you, whether using the technology or misusing or abusing the technology. So same way here, you look at it. By clear-headed about the opportunities which are coming up for you, and think about it. And be unmerciful about your weaknesses. There are weaknesses. You need to be strong, tough with them, and to overcome these weaknesses, whatever you have it. Don't have it. You must work on it and come out of it. Yeah, someone is raising the hand. What is that you'd like to ask? Unmute yourself and you can ask.
Sir, which technology, sir, they are using for chips?
AI, artificial intelligence.
Okay, sir.
Okay, fine. No, it's still in the experimental stage. Technology is evolving, and we're hopeful in the next 3 to 5 years. Basically, the idea is to help the medical sciences. Like somebody has got paralysis stroke, somebody has a back problem. All the problems can be controlled and directed from the brain, the chip which is implanted in the brain. This is what work is going on. I'm not saying today it's already available. Work is going on. Like driverless cars already is available. No, so technology is evolving in nature. And be unmerciful about weaknesses. What are the weaknesses you have? Just overcome it. Just be tough with them, saying that you need to overcome. Let's say somebody has got a lack of communication. You know that it is a problem. Why don't you work on it? Give more time. Take the advantage of your classmates. Take the advantage of the faculty. Take the advantage of if some family member who is good. Take their inputs and keep on improving. You need to overcome it at the earliest possible in a short time. So be unmerciful about weaknesses. Be well prepared about the threats which is happening there. What are the kind of threats that are coming up? You need to be prepared for that to face it. I remember in the class when we addressed in the orientation program, I talked about safety and security. Security issues is a challenge. The same way here, threats are there. Life is full of threats. Nobody knew that suddenly with this 2 years back, something called coronavirus comes, everything will be locked down. So we don't know what kind of threats are going to come. Don't think this pandemic is gone. We don't know in what form it's changing its forms and coming every now and then. So please understand the threat is not gone. So same way, strengths and weaknesses are internal to you. It is within you itself. Strength తెలుగు చెప్పాలంటే బలం అంటాం, వీక్నెస్ అంటే బలహీనత అంటాం. So strengths and weaknesses are within you. That is not something coming from outside. How confident you are, how much you have the confidence, how much you have the courage, how much you have the daring enough to take up the challenges, or how much you are afraid of things. So both are within you. It's not from outside. You need them. But at the same time, opportunities and threats are from external to you, from outside. Opportunities అవకాశాలు అంటారు, threats is అవరోధాలు. So you have certain things which are internal to you, there are certain things which are external to you. Internal is strengths and weaknesses, that is బలాలు బలహీనతలు మీలోనే ఉన్నాయి. And opportunities and threats which are external to you, outside. అవకాశాలు ఉన్నాయి బయట. And at the same time, there are avrodhalu. Somebody creates hurdles for you. You need to overcome those challenges. What are the kind of benefits if I do that SWOT analysis? First and foremost, it helps us to identify what are the core competencies each and every one of us got it. If we do this review, I'll give you some exercise. When you start working on it, you will be able to identify what are the core competencies got it. Maybe somebody is good in mathematical skills, somebody is good in thinking skills, somebody is good in analytical skills, somebody is good in interpersonal skills. You know, there are so many things which we will talk about it. It provides a clear view of your core competences. If you can do sincerely this SWOT analysis, it helps you identify what is the good qualities you have it. In person would have done much better, but in online mode we have some limitation. We'll use small exercises. We can't do large exercises here. Allows you to build on them to meet your goals. Each and every one of you need to have a goal clarity. What is it you want to achieve at the end of 4 years of BTech? You need to have clarity of thought first. And so that you can build on them to meet your goal, what to set for yourself by the end of 4 years of BTech program. And SWOT analysis also helps you to identify your weaknesses. Recognizing your weaknesses is one of the first steps to improve your opportunities. If you know what the weaknesses you have it, they can start improving it and then grab those opportunities that are coming up. One of the major challenges today you're all facing is lack of communication skills, not you. Or lack of few basics, lack of vocabulary, lack of mathematical skills. We are all in a highly competitive. When I talk about mathematical skills, arithmetic, not even a high in mathematics. In all these competitive exams, there's arithmetic problems. In competitive exams, simple. How fast you are doing, how accurately you are doing can make a difference between the winner and loser in a competitive exams. You need to learn the shortcut. There's so many shortcuts available for solving your mathematical equations. Very, very simple tricks. All that you learn, so you know, in competitive exams, you can quickly attempt all the questions and correctly you can attempt it. So same way here, recognizing your weaknesses is one of the first steps to improving your opportunities. If you really want to improve your opportunities, you need to know what the weaknesses you have it and how do you overcome those weaknesses. You need to think about it. And it reveals your weaknesses and provides a chance to reverse them. When you conduct honestly your SWOT analysis, it identifies what the weaknesses you have. It provides a chance to reverse them and convert as strengths. That's the advantage of a SWOT analysis. So we looked at the identifying core competencies, identifying weaknesses. Third comes is exploring opportunities. There's so many opportunities are available today. You need to think about it. You need to explore. That's where I said keep your eyes and ears wide open to know what it is. It helps you to explore the opportunities that lies ahead of you. Right in front of you, so many opportunities are there. It's for us to think about it. I remember when we were doing the orientation program, I was talking about you need to think, don't be job seekers anymore, not employment seekers. You should focus on employment creators and employment generators. Be an innovator, be an entrepreneur. You set up on your own. Why you want to go and work for somebody else? You can be the boss of your own, can happen it. Think about it. And so it helps you to explore the opportunities that lies ahead. Using this, you can draft your growth plans based on your strengths and weaknesses. Using what are the opportunities available to you, you can draft your growth plans, how you want to grow over the next 5 years, next 10 years, or next 20 years, based on strengths and weaknesses. And finally, the fourth one is recognizing the potential threats. It helps you to analyze possible threats to you. What the kind of threats are going to come? How well your classmates are preparing? How well your college mates are? How well your branch mates are preparing it? You need to keep an eye and see what are the areas they're strong, and in what way I'm less than them. What is that I can do to improve my competence so I'm equal, at least if not ahead of them, at least equal. I should be there. That's how we need to look at it. You can subsequently make necessary changes and take necessary actions, and so that you can easily overcome those threats posed by your own classmates in the campus recruitment, or your own college mates, or your own batchmates. Can happen it. So you can subsequently make necessary changes, take the corrections, take the improvements which are required, and so that you are ready to face the challenges thrown by your own classmates or your own batchmates when you go for the campus recruitment at the end of fourth year, or when you go for some competitions. So please understand it. Additionally, facilitates making supplementary or alternative plans, contingency plans, and so on. If you know what the kind of threats are there, you can have alternative plans ready. Like when a cyclone comes, when a floods comes, when a heavy rain comes, people have to keep things alternative ready. Okay, fine, this happens, that has something else. It's something like we always see in investments. Don't put entire investment in one box, one basket. No, put in different places. The same way here. Let's say you have some money. Don't put the entire money in one particular bank. Why don't you split it and put in two different banks? Even if something happens, the other one is ready. That's the reason people invest money in gold and land and buildings. And whereas cash, somebody can be stolen, and that's how you lost it. But buildings and all, nobody can take you. So that's how people look at it. You need to look at it. Additionally, facilitates making supplementary or alternative plans. You need to have the alternative plans. It's always important. Like, most of us, you may not be knowing, the adults, most often they go for what is called medical insurance or health insurance, what other people call it. Because today life is uncertain. We don't know when which disease will attack. And the medical expenses are becoming very big bills. It is becoming really burden for the people to pay those bills. To overcome the difficulty, people are going for medical insurance. You may pay some nominal amount. Let's say at your age, you may pay only about 5,000 rupees per annum. But in case something happens wrong with you, the insurance company will pay you up to 5 crores. But please remember, this 5,000 is only for 1 year. That 5,000, if you don't use it, that 5,000 is gone. Now again, like your bike insurance, every year you have to pay. The same thing is here. That 5,000 is a very small amount, but if something goes wrong, they'll reimburse up to the extent of 5 lakhs can happen it. I'm just giving hypotheticals. Exact figures you need to check with the insurance companies. So that, because at your age, it's your risk is minimum. At our age, no, we have to pay at least 30,000 rupees to get the 5 lakhs bill. That's so, because we are higher age group, so risk is more, that's why they charge more. In your case, risk is very less, that's why they charge you less. Can happen. So think about these kind of things. And let's go and little more explore about strengths. Your knowledge, skills, training, experience, attitude, etc., all your strengths. You may have a knowledge in a particular subject, a particular domain, and that is your strength. Other classmates may not have that kind of thing. and the kind of skill set what you have it. That is your strength. And the kind of maybe you attended a special training program during the vacation. Let's say after your intermediate exams, you had a lot of free time. Maybe someone attended a course, particular course. Someone attended some dance practice. Someone attended music practice. Somebody went and did a course in French language. You know, variety of things can happen. So maybe some training you took it, or maybe let's say how to repair my PC in case a trouble comes, troubleshooting. Okay, and what's your attitude? All these becomes your strengths. Strengths represent the basis on which success can be built. The strengths will help you to build the success for your professional life can happen it. The nurse should point out the required strengths have to be acquired. When you do the analysis, SWOT analysis, it will help you to identify what are the strengths you have, what are the strengths you lack it, which you need to acquire at the earliest possible. Think about it. What advantage do you have than others don't have it? Compare to your classmates, compare to your friends, compare to your people. What is that you have extra advantage? For example, maybe skills like education or connections or a specific talent you have it. All that can be advantage. Don't count skills that are essential for your career. Anything beyond it, over and above, let's talk about it. What do you do better than anyone else? What is the areas where you can perform well, exceedingly well? What is the thing you think you can do well? Think about it. Compared to your classmates, compared to your friends. And what personal resources do you have access to? What are the kind of resources are available to access? Let's say your elder brother or sister is already BTech in the branch what you're pursuing it. So he or she will be an excellent guiding force for you. They can give you necessary guidance and tips required, how to overcome the difficulties. They can share their notes, all that can happen. That's maybe I'm just saying, which your classmates may not have that advantage. So think about it. What do other people see you as your strengths? It's also good to interact with your friends with a good friend who is a good critic of you, and they'll be able to help you in identifying strengths. Strength is life. Now, with these few things, I request all of you to keep the notebook and pen ready and try to write down 4 things which are unique to you, which are your strengths. Your strengths in terms of maybe knowledge, in terms of skills, or in some training program you attended, in terms of experience, what you have it, in terms of attitude, you have it, or maybe your elder brother or sister is already pursuing the same branch of engineering, maybe in the same college, some other college, they can help you to guide, or maybe your cousin is currently pursuing it, you can helpful to you. Let's say you are studying in this college and your cousin is studying in another college. Both of you can sit together, discuss. So what is happening in that college, you will also come know what is happening here. He will come know it will be win-win situation can happen. And so on things. Now I think I stop here for a minute and please write what are the strengths you have it. At least 4 minimum you have to write it. At least minimum 4 you have to write it. At least 4 students, can you speak out what are the strengths you have written? At least 4 students.
Knowledge.
I want 4, not just 1. From
First
each of
one
the
is
student, 4
knowledge.
minimum required. Yeah.
First one is knowledge. Second
Okay,
one is
good.
parents. Third one is self-confidence.
Very good.
Fourth one is my attitude.
Excellent. Second person, I wanted 4 people. Second person.
Sir,
Please
good morning,
speak out.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My family, my studies, my self-confidence, and my knowledge, and my behavior also, sir.
Okay, behavior, family, self-confidence, and studies. That's what she said it. Third person, please. Because of the time constraint, I'm restricting only to 4. Otherwise, I would have asked all of you to speak. Third person, please.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Attitude, gaining
Yes.
skills, reading books, learning from others, self-confidence, behavior, never ever give up.
Fine. Never give up. Very good point. And reading habits is a very good point you talked about it. Because self-confidence in others is common to us. Now, fourth student, three people are over. Only one more student.
Reading books,
Yes.
dance, my behavior, truthful to me.
Good, man. Truthful to you is very good point which you talked about it. Yeah. So each and everyone has got our own strengths. So when you start interacting with a team of people, let's say three of your classmates are team, and you start sharing and caring, it'll help us to understand better what the kind of strengths we have it. This is only initial experiment we're doing it. Now let's move on to the weaknesses. We talked about strengths, now let's talk about weaknesses. Weaknesses get identified and required to be immediately take the corrective action to overcome those weaknesses. You know your own weaknesses, don't you? Yes, all of us got it. Let's say somebody says, I don't know how to drive a bike. Somebody says, I don't know how to drive a car. Or no, somebody says, no, I have fear of chemistry. Somebody says, no, I have fear of mathematics. It's all very, very common, simple things, isn't it? Or somebody says, I'm not good in English communication. So identify what that, you know what your weaknesses are. What could you improve? The essential skills for your career, for example, communications, writing, language, subject, etc. These are the areas where you think about it. And you know it, then what are your plans to improve those things, overcome those weaknesses, what you have it? By which date you are confident that you'll be able to overcome those weaknesses you need to do. Where do you have fewer resources than others? Why do you feel that you have less resources compared to others? Maybe let's say in your family, everybody is educated, and maybe in the other's family, nobody is educated. He's the first member to educate. So naturally, he has lack of resources, unlike you have it, because your family is already so many people are educated. Can happen. I'm just giving some thoughts. What things are the people around you likely to see you as weaknesses? What your friends commenting, what your relatives, what your family members are commenting, what's the areas you're weak? Listen to them. May or may not be true, but at least listen to them. What others are feeling that you have these weaknesses, that it's also important to us. You think about it. And what things are the people around you likely to see you as weakness, and how they're seeing it? What should avoid it? What is it you need to avoid it? When you're speaking, your communication skills, you need to take care of it. Don't influence by the local language. One of the things which they keep talking, I told you now. What do you mean by I told you now? I told you there's no meaning. So you need to look at it. And weakness is death. If you just don't overcome those weaknesses, let me tell you, it's a death. Now, again, identify what are the weaknesses you have. At least 4 weaknesses you need to write each one of you. Please start doing that. Like I gave you some examples, is communication, maybe writing. Somebody doesn't have good writing. No, legibility is not there. Or somebody has language problems. Somebody has got subject problems. Whatever you decide. At least 4. Quickly attempt it.
Communication skills, sir.
I want 4. Please understand. Don't just give me 1.
Sir, first one is my impatience. Second one is aggressiveness. Third one is my parents. And fourth is communication skills.
Parents is weakness. Why do you say that? Parents is generally strength, not weakness.
Sometimes it happens.
Hmm?
Sometimes parents are weakness and also strength, sir.
Okay, fine.
Sir,
Yeah.
angry, confusion, tension, patience, faster.
Confusion and tension. Tension, don't take tensions at this age. This is too early to think about tensions. And confusion, if it's there, yes, you can sit with your friends or relatives or well-wishers and discuss with them. Come out of the confusions can happen. 2 people answered so far. Now 2 more people yet to answer.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Overthinking,
Overthinking. Okay.
lazy, sensitive.
Laziness. 2 only you give me. Overthinking, laziness.
Oh, selfish, sir.
Selfish. 4th one.
Sensitive.
4th one.
Sensitive, sir.
Oh,
Sensitive.
sensitive you are. Okay, fine. So you identified there are 4 problems. You need to work on it to overcome those things. And the 4th student, the final.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Reacting to the situation, my fear, patience, sensitiveness.
So anyway, just now we have seen 4 students identified that these are the weaknesses you have it. You need to take the help of your friends or elders in the family or in the college faculty and see how fast you can come out of these weaknesses. You need to work it. Have a target, maybe in a month or 2 months we should overcome these things. We can't take it further. Otherwise it will create a burden to us, it create headache for us, and we start losing confidence will happen it. You identify these are the weaknesses, then why don't you start working on it? Maybe with the help of your family members, maybe with the help of friends, maybe with the help of the faculty in the college, and start working. Maybe you go to a counselor, you go to a mentor who can really guide you. Some kind of counseling can be done, and so this will not be a problem to you to move forward in your career. It should not happen. It. Having identified, now you need to start working for it in a time bound manner, time frame manner. Let's say in the next 2 months or 1 month or 3 months, you should come out of it. You can't carry it long, then you are spoiling your chances. Now, third comes is opportunities. Opportunities should be sought, recognized, and explored as they arise. Opportunities should be sought. You need to grab those opportunities available and recognize what are the opportunities that are coming up and exploit fully for your benefit as they arise. Don't wait for it. It's something like, when people want to go to Tirupati, they have to book the online booking. People wait for the moment they announce, yes, tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, we're opening the online counter. People are ready to immediately quickly type in and book the slots, book the tickets, or book the number of people are going to the Tirumala for darshan. They immediately do it. They will not lose time. Otherwise, you're losing the opportunity. The same is some of the trains which are distant trains. Let's say somebody from Hyderabad, you want to go to Assam. There's only one train, and that is also not a regular train. So for such trains, people start looking at 3 months in advance. The moment booking is open, people go and block the tickets. Otherwise, they will not get it. Otherwise, they'll have to change their trains. Let's say from Hyderabad to Calcutta, Calcutta to Assam, they need to go for it. So there are, you need to think about it. What the opportunities should be sought, recognize, and exploit for your benefit as they arise. You must be awake, aware of it, attempt it, exploit, and achieve opportunities that come along your way. You need to look at it. Be awakened, don't sleep. Be awakened, keep an eyes and ears wide open. That's what I was telling you. Aware of things, what is happening in your profession, in your branch of engineering. Attempt it, exploit for your benefit, and achieve the opportunities you need to think about it, which are coming in your way. What are the good opportunities facing you? What are the kind of good opportunities, good jobs, good environment, good books, good people? All that you need to look at what are the kind of opportunities facing you, and let's immediately take the advantage of that. It's available in your hands. What are the interesting trends you are aware of? What is the kind of technological trends that are happening? What is the political trends is happening? And so on. You need to keep an eye what are the trends happening in a branch of engineering, what you're doing it. And could any of your strengths or resources create few opportunities for you? What are the strengths you have? What are the resources you have? Will they create an opportunity for you? Why not look at it? Let's say somebody is pursuing LLB, law degree, and in his family already parents and grandparents are already lawyers, advocates. So that's a plus point for you. That resource is available to you at home. You can use those resources. Can happen it. So what are the good opportunities facing you? You take it. And does eliminating any of your weaknesses can create opportunity for you? If you can eliminate the weakness, what you have it, does it create an opportunity for you? If so, why not we do that? Now, I want people to attempt opportunities. At least 4 you need to write it. Maybe if you want, what I'll do is I'll repeat again the opportunities and then you start working on it. Opportunities should be sought, recognized, exploited as they are. You must be awake of what is happening, aware of things, what is happening, exploit and achieve the opportunities which are coming your way. And what are the good opportunities facing you? You need to think about it. What are the interesting trends you are aware of it? And could any of your strengths or resources create new opportunities for you? Does eliminating any of the weakness can create opportunities for you? Now list at least 4 opportunities which are available to you, accessible to you, which can exploit for your benefit. All of you, please start writing it. At least 4. Or let's say your brother or sister already working for so-and-so company, and she will be able to give right inputs, or he will be able to give right inputs how to prepare to face the interviews in that company, because he or she has already gone through it. That could be one of your opportunity. Or she'll be able to put in a word to the HR saying that this person should be given a chance at least to appear for interview. There's so many things. Think about it. Or your cousin has gone through the BTech program in a branch, what you're pursuing it, their notes can be useful to you. Or let's say they might not have passed it, they may be 1 or 2 years seniors to you. So that notes can be helpful to you. That's an opportunity for you. Think about it. At least 4, you have to write it. Yeah, if you've done it, please share with us. Any 4 of you. There are about 175 students attending this program. At least 4 of you, please speak out.
Internet providing us many opportunities to learn.
Okay. Second.
Our family, sisters and brothers.
Okay.
They are already in jobs.
Oh, good. Third.
From government
Sir.
programs.
Government programs. Fourth.
From ourselves. We need to learn our mistakes and take
Self-efforts. Yes, very good, Nana. Second person.
Sir.
Yeah.
Education.
Education, okay.
Mandatory maintenance of attendance.
Maintenance of attendance. Okay, okay. You'd like to attend all the classes. Very good.
Communicating with friends.
Communicating to help you to improve your communication skills. Okay.
Here to talk, giving speeches, no fear.
Overcome the stage fear. Yeah, good. Third person.
Participate in all programs.
Yeah, good idea, Nana.
Making running notes.
Good.
Listening to speeches.
Yes, listening to inspiring speeches. Okay.
Understand and like the subjects, not think they are burden.
Very good. Third student.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My brother, sir, he is a fourth year student, BTech fourth year student,
Very
and
good.
I can use his laptop, sir. And
Very
the other
good.
thing is YouTube, sir.
Okay.
We can learn many things from YouTube.
Okay.
And seniors and friends who are in our college, sir, they are most useful for us. And our faculty, sir.
Okay. Now, fourth student. Fourth student.
Sir, it is good morning, sir.
Good morning.
First opportunity is internet and
Internet.
my strategy making. That's my strength.
Okay.
And myself, I explore on various aspects and things,
Very
reading
good.
biographies and
Very good.
interacting with seniors and friends and faculty.
Okay, then. Right, ma. Thank you. So we looked at strengths, weakness, opportunities. Now let's go to fourth dimension, threats. What obstacles you are facing it? What are the hurdles you are facing it? Or what are the people around you doing it? Or is your job demand for things you do, or does it require any changes? The way you are studying, let's say on average you are just studying 1 hour, that may not be sufficient. Maybe you have to increase by 2 hours or 3 hours. Or the seriousness is missing, the focus is missing. That could be a threat. And is changing technology is threatening your positions? Technology is fast changing in nature. Every day new technology coming. You need to constantly update. That is creating threat because you need to race against the changes what is happening in technological field. That could be the threat. And could any of your weaknesses seriously threaten you? If you don't overcome those weaknesses, you will not have the career for you, and that's a big threat for you. I repeat again for your benefit. What obstacles or what hurdles you are facing it in reaching your goal? That's a threat for you. What are the people around you are doing it? Because you need to keep eyes and ears open. Is your job or demand for things you're doing, is it changing in nature? Jobs are changing in nature. It is not no more the old traditional method. Is a changing technology threatening your position? Because technology is fast changing it. Technological advancement, so much is happening it. And that could be the way you were working till yesterday. It may not be suitable for tomorrow. You need to change yourself. And could any of your weaknesses seriously threaten your career, your life, your job can happen? These are the areas where you think about threats. Now again, the ball is in your court. Write at least 4 threats what you're facing and how will you want to overcome those things. Whatever you've written, we'll relook at it once again. Once you complete these threats. Please write 4, at least 4. What are threats? Maybe if you want, I can repeat again. What are the obstacles or hurdles you're facing it in reaching a goal? What are the people around you are doing it? Because if they are doing something great, something extra, then it's a problem to you. And is a job or demand things is changing in nature? Or is it changing technology is threatening your position? Because technology is fast changing in nature. What was yesterday is true and relevant. Tomorrow it may not be true and relevant. Irrelevant it becomes. So that's the danger you have. And could any of your weaknesses seriously threaten you? If you don't improve it, if you don't overcome those weaknesses, you will not get the success. Please start writing.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I don't know any programming language, sir.
Okay.
That I have to start now.
Yes.
And time management, sir.
Time management, yes, very good. Good point.
Then I can't stay on a single word for more time, sir. I can't stay on a single word for more time.
Okay, you need to increase your time. Okay, fine, good. 4th point.
And focusing on others' work more than my work, sir.
Oh, first you need to take care of yourself before you help somebody else. Even the airlines, when you're flying, they always say, when this oxygen levels falls down, you put the oxygen mask first on yourself and help others. That's what they say. First, you need to take care of yourself and start helping others. Not that you are sacrificing going helping. This is not the age. Maybe at our age, okay, because we cross our age. Now, for me, I can say priority is helping others. In your case, you need to look at it. Yes, somebody is raising hand.
Sir.
Yeah.
Not up to date with technology.
Yeah. Yes, if you don't update yourself with technology, you're out. Good point.
Less general knowledge.
General knowledge, okay.
Over concentration.
Over concentration.
Deep thinking.
Deep thinking is not a threat. Actually, today deep thinking is very, very important. Anyway, good. Let me now 4th student, please.
Means deep thinking.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning. No, deep thinking is
Sir,
okay. I'm not criticizing. I'm only helping you to refine it. Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Faster and
Sir,
making so much.
Yeah.
Sir, main threat to my career is online classes, sir. First thing.
Okay.
And second thing is improving in technology and robotics. Due to that, work will be less. But also, jobs also very less, sir. That my threat in future. That's it from my side, sir.
Let me tell you, jobs less is not correct. Jobs are available. We are not getting the talent. That's a challenge because I sit on the recruitment boards. We know we are not getting the talented people. There's tremendous shortage. Industry is facing it. Everywhere, wherever you go, you will find shortage of skilled manpower, trained manpower, knowledgeable manpower. There's tremendous shortage. Every industry look at it. These are realities. So don't say jobs are there. No, you need to raise your abilities to reach your goal, what you have it. You need to
Okay, sir.
raise your abilities, continuously work on improving your abilities to reach that goal, what you said. Don't lower your
But
goals to the level of your
sir,
abilities.
but main thing we are threading to our career is online class. Every student is facing that.
Fine, that we are aware of you, but what can we do now? Tell me, health is important. Only when we are surviving, we can think about future, right? And that's the reason government has to take decision to say go for online. At least you should be happy. Today you have the technology which you are able to conduct online classes. Imagine when we were students, we didn't have all these facilities. Those 3 months, 6 months, just sit at home and not even internet, not even radio, not even TV. Radio was there, luckily. Even TV was not there. Compared to that, today you're in a better position, I'm telling you. Okay, online classes is a threat. I fully agree with you. I'm not denying it. But you have the YouTube. Any lecture which you're not followed. Today you name any topic, we have videos available on the YouTube. Why don't you watch them? Take advantage of that, which you have the facilities, which we didn't have 50 years back. So think about it. Anyway, fine. Let me appreciate at least some of you are actively participating in it and trying to attempt it. Attempting is important, I always believe.
Sir, but we can't do practically right, sir, like physics lab or chemistry lab. We can't work out on it in homes.
You're right, ma'am. I'm not saying no. You're right what I'm saying. But what is the problem is, no, what can we do? Health is important. Unless I'm surviving for tomorrow, there's no point in doing that. So government has to take decision of closing the schools and colleges. There's no way it can. If we allow suppose the pandemic spreads, that's more dangerous to society as a whole. We are helpless situation in which we are caught today. We have to hold on for some time. And look at instead of the government is every day talking about people should use masks. People are not using masks. Without masks, they are just roaming on the roads. They are contributing to the spread of the virus. And the government has been saying take the vaccination. Some of the people doesn't want to get vaccination. Some of the people chalta hai bolta hai. So this is, if all of us cooperate, we can easily control this pandemic and we can come out of this trouble what we're going through it, and we can have better life tomorrow. But people are not.
Sir, in online classes.
Yeah.
Effect of weather situation. In online classes, sir. Offline classes, we have teachers directly. In offline in online classes, we have effect of weather situation and body's present, mind is absent. These are all the defaults of online classes.
Now, online classes can be effective when you are able to have the video conferencing. Today, what we're doing mostly is only audio conferencing. We're doing it. Imagine for a moment, all of you are able to see me and you are able to see me. I'm able to see all of you on a video mode. And that is possible when you talk about really online classes. That technology is available, but right now, because of the bandwidth limitations and the technical issues, we are not. Otherwise, all of you can put your video on and we can have face-to-face interactions can happen. But when you start putting all of us on, the bandwidth becomes slow. That's the reason we are unable to do it. And once the 5G technology is launched, right now, these problems will be able to overcome it. Technological advancements are happening. We are hopeful the 5G technology when it's launched, you will have these problems you can overcome. And we can have only directly video conferences, no more these audio lectures. That might help us to improve better situation. And also the other area is coming up is what we call augmented reality and virtual reality. AR, VR technology is going to come up in a big way. That will also help you to overcome the difficulties what you're mentioning in online classes. We can overcome it.
But 5G వల్ల రేడియేషన్ ఇట్లా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది కదా సార్, దాని వల్ల ఎఫెక్ట్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్.
నన్ను దానికి తగ్గ కౌంటర్ యాక్షన్స్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు, సో యూ డోంట్ వరీ అబౌట్ ఇట్. It's all depends on how best we use the technology.
Sir, but everything depends upon our mindset, sir. First thing.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Technology will use or misuse or abuse is your choice. People are supposed to use it, and if you start misusing, abusing, we begin. Anyway, let's now continue. We have done the self-assessment exercise and whatever strengths, whatever weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We'll take it forward further. we can conduct SWOT analysis by answering the group of similar questions for each of the four components. Now, please keep the strengths what you wrote in front of you. Now, listen to the questions. Identify the skills and capabilities that you have it. What are the capabilities you have it? What can you do particularly well related to your classmates? Compared to what are the areas you can do well? That unique talent you have it. You don't think about it. What your friends consider to be your strengths? What is it your friends say? What is your colleagues? What is your relatives? They say you have certain strengths. What is it they talk about it? And what resources do you have it? And use your brand or reputation is strong. You might be known for a particular job in your college or in your family, in your community, in your village. You may not know. I repeat the set of questions once again. Identify skills and capabilities that you have it. What can you do particularly well related to your classmates? And what do your friends consider to be your strengths? And what resource do you have? And is your brand of reputation is strong? Rethink about the strengths what you wrote earlier. You also heard three other students speaking on that. Think about it. Can we refine and come back again with the answers? Not these four. Shall I expect another four students to participate now? Please participate. Nobody is questioning your answers. These four have participated. I compliment them. But can another four students come online and share? Four strengths. You need to share it. You want me to repeat the questions? I can repeat the questions again for you.
Sir,
Identify your
let's
skills
talk
and
about
capabilities.
drawing skills.
Yeah.
Drawing skills, sir, actually.
Okay. What else? I want four.
Sports.
Sports. Sports is supplementary one. You are here an engineering graduate, so you have to focus on technical. Sports is required. That's why I said it's supplementary skill, not mainline. Unless you want to be a sports person, then it's a different story. So I was reading the questions for you. Identify skills and capabilities that you have. What can you do particularly well related to compared to your classmates? What your friends consider to your strengths and what are the resources do you have? And is your brand or reputation is strong? Yeah, only one student respond. Three more students. Please respond. Yeah, some of you are commenting for online class. Online class is a problem for me also. Our class means I would have went around the class and checked the notebooks and did that.
Sir, questioning, sir.
Questioning. Okay. What else? People participate here. Nothing wrong in that. Nobody's going to put a fine on you. Nobody's going to threaten you. Please speak out. You only said online class. Now make it at least interactive so it can be interesting. Other it becomes a one-way communication. You need to participate in the online classes. Then it can be interesting and can happen. Otherwise, it will be one-sided. Is boring also. Let me tell you. Okay, others are not responding. Then I go back to these four students who've been actively participating. I'm giving chance to you since others are not participating. Okay, I move on because I can't wait. The next is let's look at weaknesses. Relook at the weaknesses what you wrote. It says the questions which I will raise for you to think about further is what your classmates do better than you. What are the areas in which your classmates are better than you? What are the kind of things they are? And what do you do poorly? You lack knowledge or you're no interest in that, in something like that. Or what generates the most recruiters' dissatisfaction and complaints? Why recruiter will be unhappy with you? What is that you lack in that? And what generates the most friends dissatisfaction complaints? What are the kind of things which your friends complain about you? No. Or what process and activities can you improve it? These are the questions you can think about it. Relook at your weaknesses, what you've written. I repeat again for your benefit. What do your classmates do better than you? What do you do poorly? Maybe lack of concentration, lack of attention. What generates the most recruiters' dissatisfaction? They may have complaints saying that no, this college students are not doing well. And what generates the most friends' dissatisfaction complaints? What the friends think about you? And what process and activities can you improve it? These kind of questions keep in mind, and relook at your weakness, what you written, and share with us. Yeah, someone is raising the hand. Now relook at the weaknesses. Can you refine it? Can you improve it? And share with us.
My friends have more communication skills than me.
Okay. You identified, so now you work on it. Second one, take advantage of friends and interact with them, learn from them, overcome this difficulty. Yes. Next.
Sir, I think our friends having more logical thinking, sir. They think if we think yes, they say us no. Think twice and twice. They're saying, sir. For me, they advise a lot.
Okay, fine. Thinking skills are very, very important, not just by hearting and representing the exam hall. You need to have a deeper understand subjects. So you need to read thoroughly and read in between the lines what is hidden meaning is there, understand what it is. And then, so that's where we say you need to develop your thinking skills, concentration, and analytical ability. If you develop it, you can easily overcome this problem. Yeah. What about others? Two students.
Lack of concentration.
Pardon?
Lack of concentration, sir.
Lack of concentration. What I would suggest is take a time which you feel is not disturb your mind. Keep your cell phone switch off. Keep in a place where home environment is common, and preferably early morning. Generally, people are sleeping. That time you can concentrate. No, nothing will disturb you. Can happen.
Sir, and also lack of participation.
Yeah, you know it. So then you need to participate. The other thing is to develop concentration. Do a deep breathing exercise. Start practicing for 15 minutes deep breathing exercise that help you to improve your concentration levels. Start with 15 minutes and you can increase up to 30 minutes. That will help you with your concentration levels. That will also make your body energetic. Can happen it. Enthusiasm will develop.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
One more student, please.
Stage fear, sir.
Fear to
Okay, let me answer this question. Stage fear, you have it. Okay, finally, you may not be. Firstly, when you start, you may not be able to speak fluently in English. Get on the stage and start speaking local language, whatever your language, or maybe combination of your language and English combination. And once you start gaining confidence, then you can get into English. That's the way you can come out. Start coming out. It's very, very important. It's not like, I can teach you beautiful swimming techniques using the blackboard. But unless you go and jump into the lake and start practicing it, you cannot be best swimmer. The same way here, you need to come onto the stage. Don't worry, first time you're not able to speak anything, second time, but third time you'll overcome. Slowly, confidence building is happening. So that's how you need to overcome it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
How to avoid overconfidence?
Overconfidence is just go to faculty. Let's imagine for a minute that you think you are very good in C programming language. Go to your faculty and discuss with them and give them, take a problem for which you write a program and go and show it to them. They'll tell you how many mistakes you committed. Then your confidence level will come down. That overconfidence will come down. You thought you know everything. When faculty is pointing out so many mistakes, that means you don't have it. So that will help you to uncover. I'm not saying criticizing, uncover that overconfidence and you will be able to come to realities, what the reality is. So, okay, fine. We want
Sir, how to
opportunities.
overcome?
Yeah. We want
Sir, how to overcome the fear of speaking with others?
Fear of?
Speaking with others, strangers.
Fear of sitting with others, fear of talking to with others is not a problem here. Just take a common topic which is common interest on that topic and start communicating it. And slowly you can get into technology later. That is how we can think about it. Yeah, let's now move on to the opportunities. Please relook at your opportunities, keeping in mind the following questions. Where can you apply your strengths? And how are your recruiters and their needs are changing in nature? Please understand, needs for the society are changing, needs for the environment are changing, needs for technology changing in nature. And how is the technology changing your opportunities? Are there new technology for your strengths? You think about it. Are there new ways of developing your projects? Is there a new way? Is there a better way of developing project? Is there a better algorithm? Is there a better methodology? You need to think about all this. That will help you to have put yourself in a better opportunity for your career. I repeat again quickly for your benefit. Where can you apply your strengths? And how are your recruiters and their needs are changing in nature? Because they're changing in nature. How is the technology changing your opportunities? Technological developments are happening, so they're changing your opportunities. And that's the reason we say you need to move fast today. Technology is fast changing. If you take your own time, by the time you master the technology change. You need to speed up the whole process today. And are there new technologies for your strengths? There may be some new areas which are coming up there. You can think about it. And are there new ways of developing your projects? Focus more and more on practicals and project work. Now, keep in mind these questions. Can you relook at your opportunities, what you wrote?
Sir, if we move fast, if we can have a chance to do more mistakes, how to overcome it, sir?
Fine. You see, today we are in a competitive world. We have no choice but to move fast. And by experience, we start learning, minimizing the mistakes. See, I'll give you a simple example. Let us say today you are very good in C language. And tomorrow, let's say C++, Java, or R program comes in. Broadly, the programming principles remain same. The language might change it. So the mistakes, what are committed, the learned what the mistakes you committed can easily apply when you're learning a new language, new technology can happen. That is how you can overcome the things can happen. Yeah, now the fourth one, I want you to relook at the threats, what you've written. Are you able to meet the needs with alternative skills? Let's say you feel this way is not good. Let me do the other thing. You may think about it. Are the skill sets needs changing away? Skill sets are changing in nature. You need to look at it. What are classmates developing skills? What are the kind of skills your classmates keep an eye what they are doing it? And are your classmates improving their skills? And is new technology making you obsolete? And yes, new competition is coming up. Competition is coming up from several corners. You need to be ready. I repeat again for your benefit. Are you able to meet the needs with alternative skills? Are the skill sets needs changing away? And what are your classmates developing skills? What are the areas they are developing it? And are your classmates improving their skills? Because if they are improving, then that means you are lagging behind if you don't improve it. Because we're in a competitive world. And these new technologies making you obsolete. New technology is coming up, you need to move fast and grab that technology, grab that opportunities. Is new competition is coming? Yes, competition is coming up today. So many people are coming forward and to explore the technology. Now think about these 5 questions. Relook at the threats, what you're written. Relook at the threats, what you're written. And share what you rethink about the threats, what you written earlier, now what you feel. Good, at least I'm able to see 5 to 6 people are actively participating. It helps you, I'm telling you. Okay, let me continue it. How do we conduct this SWOT analysis? It is a way of summarizing the current state of and helping to devise a plan for the future. This is very objective of conducting SWOT analysis. It is a way of summarizing the current state, current level, current set of skills, all that we talked about. It is a way of summarizing the current state and helping devise a plan for the future. It helps us to plan better our future. That is the reason we need to conduct SWOT analysis. You may not do directly on your own. Take the help of seniors, take the help of faculty, take the help of elder members in the family, or take the help of some mentor or coach or guide. They'll be able to help you because you're too young to do these kind of things. Under their guidance, you can do it. So SWOT analysis is a way of summarizing the current state at what level you are, what skill sets you have, what level of communications you have, it all that they can, and helping you to devise a plan for the future. How do you overcome this and how do we improve upon it? How do we exploit these benefits? That's the purpose for which we need to conduct the SWOT analysis. Regardless of whether future planning for a specific skills or not, you need to do SWOT analysis. It helps us to know where we are and what more efforts in. वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना कौन कितना पानी में है मालूम हो जाएगा. That's where we always say what you know is not important, what you don't know is more important. Like when you are driving on highway, the milestone it talks about how many more miles you need to travel. It will not talk about how many miles you cross. So SWOT analysis can help you identify what are the areas, your weaknesses, what are the kind of threats you are likely to face it, and so you can plan better for the future and you are ready to face the competition of tomorrow at the end of 4 years of a BTech can happen. It is good. In fact, I would say the SWOT analysis document, whatever prepare, keep revising every semester, relook at the document and keep on improving it. Can happen it with the help of the faculty or seniors and start doing it. I'm telling you, it really helps you. Every semester, relook at the document, whatever you prepared and come out with better answers. The SWOT analysis process can be conducted with the 3 steps are there. First step, it says list all strengths that exist now and list all weaknesses that exist now. This is what they talk about it. The first step they talk about it, list all strengths that you have it and list all weaknesses you have. This is the first step they talk about when you want to do SWOT analysis on your own. And second step it says is list all opportunities that exist in the future. What are the kind of opportunities you are likely to get it by the, let's say, second year, by the third year, or by the fourth year. Opportunities that are potential future strengths. What are the kind of opportunities which can be have potential for the future strengths you need to develop it. Then in turn, list all threats that exist in the future. What are the kind of threats likely to come up? If I'm not serious about studies, I know I'm going to face a tough time tomorrow. So every day, every minute is valuable, every second is valuable. If you don't use it, you're losing the opportunities can happen. And threats are potential future weaknesses. These threats can become. So this is the second step you need to conduct it. Coming to the third step, once you identify in the step 1, you identify strengths and weaknesses. In the step you identify the opportunities and threats. Now step 3 says is plan of action need to come out of it. You need to have clearly drafted plan. What is that you will do for the next 1 year so that you can easily exploit fully this SWOT analysis, what you've done, and which will help you to improve, better perform in your career can happen it. So you need to have a plan of action step by step. What is that you need to do? First month, what is that you need to do? Second month, third month, fourth month. By the 12th month, the year end, you should be able to ready to say yes, we could overcome all that weakness here. We are now I'm ready to face the threats. Whatever is happening is I'm ready to grab the new opportunities. All that's the mindset you need to develop it. So plan of action is very, very important. Not only plan the action, put the action plan into implementation. Acharana put to practice is very, very important. And so you need to plan for it and then start implementing it. And so you'll see the results by the end of the year. You could overcome at least some of those things and you are ready to face with confidence the future can happen. And let me summarize briefly. Strengths need to be maintained, built upon, and leveraged for your benefit. What are the strengths you have it? Need to maintain. You can't lose them. What are the strengths you have today? And further strengthen it further, built upon, and leverage. Take advantage of those strengths. That's the first thing you need to do it. The next is weaknesses need to be remedied or stopped at the earliest possible. You need to overcome the weaknesses, take the necessary action to overcome those weaknesses, what you have it. And maybe otherwise you take a remedial action, take the corrective action so that you can overcome those weaknesses can happen. Third is opportunities need to be prioritized and optimized. See what are the kind of opportunities which are coming up and make yourself ready, gear up and prioritize, because that's an opportunity. You should not lose it. So prioritize, give high priority, start working on it to grab that opportunity which may come to you tomorrow. Can happen. And threats need to be countered or minimized. What are the threats are coming? Let's face it and counter it or minimize the effect. What is going to happen if a threat happens? That is the reason generally we say once we start earning 20% of the salary what you're earning, it doesn't belong to, it belongs to the future. Anything uncertainties happens, anything major plans you have it, for which you need to keep aside 20% of your earnings. Maybe let's say you plan for construction of a house, you need money. 20%, or maybe you want to buy some gold for your family members, or maybe unexpected health problems will come up, or there's a marriage, you need to go and attend marriage somewhere in Delhi. Now all these things will happen. So 20% of your salary doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the future requirements of you and your family. Please understand this. So only 80% you can spend it. Look at it, these amounts, and as children grow, the expenses will shoot up. So this every month 20% salary you need to keep it aside. That will take care of future requirements, the future uncertainties, all that can happen. So strengthen your strengths and weaken your weaknesses. Let me restate once again the summary. Strengths need to be maintain the level at which you are and built upon further and leverage, take advantage of that. Weaknesses need to be remedied or stopped and overcome those weaknesses. Have action plan to come out of those weaknesses. And opportunities need to prioritize and optimize opportunities which are coming up. You need to prioritize, grab those opportunities. You can't lose opportunities. That's what I always say. Goddess of wealth, Lakshmi, comes and knocks the door. You should be ready to open the door, immediately invite her inside. Otherwise, she will go away to the next door. So same way here also. And threats need to be countered or minimized. What are the threats are coming up? You need to ready to face that kind of challenges and minimize those things. So strengthen your strengths and weaken your weaknesses. I'm going to share about 6 questions which generally asked in the interviews. I would just strongly recommend all of you please write down these questions. I'll go slow, please write it. These are the general questions they ask related to SWOT analysis in your interviews tomorrow when you go and face the corporate interviews. The first question, make a note. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. I repeat again. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Please, all of you write it, I'm telling you. About 140 students are right now online. All of you write it. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. Okay, example, why do you think that's a strength for you? Why do you think it's a weakness for you? Second question. What is your greatest strength compared to your classmates?
Sir, once repeat the first question, sir.
What are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. The first question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. Second question, what is your greatest strength compared to your classmates? Compared to your friends? Third question, what is your weakness? Please be careful in answering this question when they ask. You say, yes, I have my weakness. I identified about 2 years back. Last 2 years I've been working on it. Now I could overcome this. I don't see that as a major problem now. You need to justify it. Otherwise they'll say weakness. You identified, then why you did not work on it? So you need to say, yes, I identified this weakness about a year back. Now I've been working on it. Now I don't see as a major problem for me to face this. That is how we need to answer this question. Fourth question, how do you relate your strengths in a practical way? How do you relate your strengths in a practical way? Practical examples. You may say, sir, I have leadership qualities. Then how do you say that? Sir, in my college, the sports team, I'm the captain of my cricket team. I could make the team to win the competition, win the game. Or let's say, sir, I was a team leader in organizing my tech fest in the college, and there was a problem of funding. I could immediately go and contact the people, get the funding which is required, make it available. Or let's say I was doing an event, suddenly last minute the chief guest has not come. We could immediately have this plan B ready, that plan we could implement, and we could conduct the event. These are what we call as leadership qualities. I'm just sharing some thoughts. So how do you relate your strengths? Fourth question is, how do you relate your strengths in a practical way? Fifth question, what is your strength? What is your strength that differentiates from others? That differentiates from others. What is your strength that differentiates from others? Sometimes the same question they ask in a different way. In what way you're different from others? Same question in a different way they'll ask. In what way you're different from others? I repeat the first 5 questions and come to the 6th question later. First question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. Second is, what is your greatest strength? Third is, what is your weakness? Fourth is, how do you relate your strengths in a practical way? Fifth is, what is your strength that differentiates from others? The same question can be asked, in what way are different? In what way you're unique compared to other classmates? And I come to the last question. If I were to ask your friend, what your greatest strengths are, what would he or she say? What would he or she say? I repeat again the question. If I were to ask your friend, what your greatest strengths are, what would he or she say? That means your friends, what they think about it, about you. But be careful and speak in truth, because the next time when that person goes, the interviewer may ask, what do you feel about it? So be careful in answering this question. So the last question is, if I were to ask your friend what your greatest strengths are, what would he or she say? These are 6 common questions related to SWOT analysis they'll ask in interviews tomorrow. I quickly repeat all 6 questions once again for your benefit. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Justify with live examples. Second is, what is your greatest strength? Third is, what is your weakness? Fourth is, how do you relate your strengths in a practical way? Fifth is, what is your strength that differentiates from others? And the last one is, if I were to ask your friend what your greatest strengths are, what would he or she say? These are very, very common questions they ask in interviews tomorrow when you go and face the interviews. So be ready with the answers so that you can confidently answer. You're getting the inputs right in the first year. With this, I end the session here. If you have any questions or queries or concerns, please feel free to raise it.
Sir, practice makes man perfect, sir.
Yes. You need to practice it. Without practice, the way PV Sindhu practices every day, morning 4 hours, evening 4 hours, she is practicing it. Tournament or not tournament. Practice, yes, important. Any other points or queries or concerns you have it? Yeah, someone is raising the hand.
Sir, everybody is running towards success, sir. Why most of the people will be failures, sir? remaining
Success,
failures. Most
yeah,
of the
you are
people.
running to success, yes, good. But are you running success with sincerity and seriousness? This is what is important.
No, sir. No,
We're all in a mad race.
only some people
We're not.
only.
Pardon?
Only some people only so serious about the success, sir. Most of the people are busy with their enjoyments and their time pass, sir. Like
Time
chill
pass,
out friends. Sir.
they lose their future. Today, parents are funding
Yes,
you,
sir.
but tomorrow, who will fund it? If you waste your time in enjoyment and fun and so on, then what will happen to your future? This is a time for you to invest your time and put in the best possible efforts. Take advantage of parents' efforts what they're putting in. You enjoy the future. Otherwise, life is going to be very, very difficult, I'm telling you. It's not time for
Sir.
enjoyment. Yes.
Failure is a way to success, sir.
It doesn't mean you have all failures, right? Yeah, there's one failure has come, you overcome. But you can't allow failures to continue, right? Yeah, once or twice failure is common. All of us face it. But you can't failures lifelong. Then it's a danger. Once in a while, yes, failure happens. I'm not saying no. We need to learn from that mistakes and correct ourselves, put on the right track.
So
Let's
we
say
need to
you're
minimize
taken,
failures
let me
and
complete
get
it.
success.
Let's
Sir.
say you're taken fun and enjoyment is important. At the end of the first semester results comes out, you find 2 backlogs. At least are you now taking the corrective action and put yourself in a better way. So by the end of the second semester, you are clearing not only the second semester papers, including the first semester backlogs. That is a lesson you have to learn, is what I would say. Yeah, any other queries? There's one more person raising hand.
So
Please
how
go
to
ahead.
handle controversial questions?
Controversial questions. One is if it is in the interviews, you have to answer it. In the friend circle, you can just ignore and keep them away. Such people is what needs to be done.
So
Those things we got
interview
interviews
aspect
we'll
of this.
discuss when you reach the third year. It's too early to discuss those kind of things. In the friend circle is happening controversial, just keep yourself away from that. It's a waste of time, I'm telling you. Yeah. 6933, you raise your hand. No. 21N81A6933, you raise your hand. Please speak out. Fine, if no more questions, I'd like to thank your college management and your HOD and the faculty who are involved in organizing this. And my special thanks to all of you. And especially thank those 6 students who actually took part in the discussions. And may God bless all of you. Hand over the session to the organizers.
Students.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
My dear students,
Happy Republic Day, sir.
I am audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
My dear
Yes,
students,
sir.
we really owe our thanks to sir for sharing his expertise on the topic SWOT analysis. And I have already mentioned it is the costliest course. So we have learned it for free. So all of you, I request all of you to keep and store this information for your life. And finally, I express my sincere thanks to Professor Sai Kumar sir for sharing your expertise to our students. Thank you once again.
Thank you. May God bless all of you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Have
sir.
a nice day, sir.
Okay, ma. Thank you all. You have participated very actively, but I'm expecting all of you to participate, not that only few are responding and few are remaining quiet. We don't expect that from you. We want maximum of you to be participating. Either unmute and respond, or at least give the message to the chat boxes. Okay. Wish you all the best. Thank you all.
Ma'am, any classes there?
No, actually, afternoon lab, I think IoT students are having, except that the regular classes you don't have for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Only those who are
Okay,
having the
ma'am.
lab,
Thank you,
they will
ma'am.
have lab in their session schedule. The remaining can be.
For AIMLB, ma'am?
Okay. Yes, ma'am?
For AIMLB section, is there any class?
I'm saying here, for you people, madam has already informed for those who are having PPS lab in the afternoon session, only they will have the lab. The remaining students, you are not having classes for the day. Hope I'm clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.